Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this video. I want to talk about in Chapter 7 the importance of partnerships. I think I've told you before that partnerships are extremely important in policing because you can't be an effective police department if you don't have some type of partnership with your community. How else are you going to know what your community needs, what they expect? You've got to have that support. And that's building social capital with them, that's involving them in some of the processes that you can do. So building partnerships are extremely important. One of the criticisms that it takes a lot of money and things like that, but I found that it really doesn't take a lot of money if you're just going to do it in a small community. It doesn't involve having big outdoor parties or big major events that the police department sponsors. They just need to be part of it, and they can co-sponsor things with businesses. So it's really important to build those relationships. You've got some large departments that have trouble because they just don't have a budget. And the book talks about the criticisms because they just go from call to call to call to call. Some of them might have that problem. But to be effective and efficient police department, you've got to have partnerships with the community. So when you talk about building these partnerships, you've got to think about what part of the community you're going to build them with. What type of civic organizations, what type of neighborhoods. Are you just going to do it in problem neighborhoods? Are you going to do it in all neighborhoods? My feeling is you really have to concentrate on the crime-ridden areas, but you need to have partnerships with everybody in the city. Some of them just take more time than others because you're going to solve the problem, or you're at least going to help the problem. One of the things I found that building partnerships with some places, you go in and you develop a partnership and you work together with the community and you end up running out the riffraff. In this case, it was gang members selling guns. And after we ran them out, both the neighbors and the police department figured, okay, well, there's no other reason to have the partnership. So it wasn't gone. We just weren't doing it. So we just kind of backed off. They backed off, and the next day, somebody was in taking the place of those people. So you've got to maintain those relationships and keep them going. So what type of organizations do you think you need to build a partnership with? I mean, you look at all of them. I mentioned businesses, community areas. What about churches? What about civic organizations? It's easy to partner with a lot of these organizations, and that builds trust and a common ground for public safety and for the residents, because the police officers don't always see everything that the residents need. They don't see their needs, and they may misconstrue some of the things. So what's important to the police department, and crime is always important, but there are other issues too, might not be the major issue for the people that you're building a partnership with. So you got to think about those things. So think about, what are the benefits of having a partnership? And what are the drawbacks, if any, is there in a partnership? And what happens when you don't build a partnership with the community? And that partnership is a relationship. So thanks a lot.